It's a featherweight sizzler in this one. We got Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres taking on Super Sadiq Yusuff, and can't wait to get your thoughts on this one because Super Sadiq is a nice minus 230 favorite. He did lose most recently, but it was a very close contest against Arnold Allen, and Arnold Allen essentially beats everybody. So I don't know how much you want to put into that one. And before that, Super Sadiq had some pretty nice wins, right? He took out Mowgli, took out Andre Touchy Fili. It was a unanimous decision. That fight was a little bit closer than the scorecards might indicate, but nonetheless, it was another win for Super Sadiq. Caceres, though, is another guy who has been winning a lot of fights recently, right? He's on a nice five-fight win streak. A guy who's been around forever. He's had his ups and downs. At one point, you would have written him off, but he's had this late career resurgence where he's really been able to mix it up. He's been picking up win after win. I mean, they are against guys like Steven Peterson, Chase Hooper, Austin Springer, but he beat Kevin Kroom, who's, pretty decent. And then he did take out Sting, Sung Woo Choi, in a fight where Choi was winning early, but managed to just get subbed and just show no ground game after Caceres was able to get him down. So, what are your thoughts on this fight, Caceres versus Yusuff? Do you think that Yusuff, goes back to his winning ways against a guy like Caceres, or does Caceres keep this win streak going? And I don't know what's next if he takes out Yusuff, but does he take out Yusuff?
Yeah, no, this is such a great fight. And honestly, I think he does. Everyone seems to be bullish on Yusuf, but I don't know. I just can't be going against Caceres after this five-fight win streak. I think he has been reborn and he's been looking really sharp and clean from his grappling to his stand-up. Um, I see him just running through most of these guys. He's a veteran. He's had so much experience, and it's like he's been reborn. And he's been really shining. So until he loses, I can't pick against him, and that's my only logic. So I'm going with Caceres, unanimous decision.
Yeah, and he hasn't lost since 2019 when he ran into Crone Gracie, and it's been pretty funny to see how, since that fight, Caceres has really been mixing it up, using his ground game a lot more, and you wonder if he's going to implement something similar against Yusuf Zalal, because we know that Zalal is a devastating striker. I mean, it's difficult to finish Mowgli, and he was able to do that, so going to be fascinating to see which pathway Caceres, attempts. I mean, this is a guy who isn't the best at anything, but is really good at everything. Like he can really mix it up, and it'll be interesting to see what his go-to will be. But 72% is rolling with Super Sadiq. 28% is rolling with Bruce Leroy, and majority of that Yusuf meter is beige for that decision. So they think that that's going to be his best pathway. There is a little bit of brown for the KO, but most of the Super Sadiq is going for a decision. So interesting to hear your pick. Love your analysis, and gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna go with Bruce Leroy in this one. When I first was confronted with the odds for this one, I looked at Bruce Leroy as pretty decent value for plus 190, especially given the fact that he just keeps winning fights. This is, however, the highest level I think of his six most recent performances, including this one. So it's definitely a levels test. We'll see if Caceres is ready for the true big dogs again, or if this is just going to be, where the streak dies, where the fun ends. I'm with you though. I'll roll with Bruce Leroy. I like your call decision too. So, any last thoughts on this one? Wrap this up with me, boys.
No, this is such a great fight. Boys, throw in the comments. Are you guys Super or Leroy?